What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus G15 Advantage gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're checking out Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, a Wonderland, I think, one-hit adventure is what it says there. That's about the limit of my vision from all the way behind the camera here. I could be misspeaking that. Otherwise, I'd have to pull my phone out and look at it, and I don't feel like doing that. So, we're gonna see how it runs. It seemed to run pretty decent, except for on the allies. Those seem to wanna drop into the lower 50s. Even the Firebat kinda did a better job this time around. So, I have a feeling everything else will be able to play it no problem, maxed out. Although, I still kind of want to go in there real quick, just turn physics up to high if it lets me, just for the shit of it, you know? I know it's not in video, but I just want to know if it can handle it, but I think that goes to the CPU, and the CPU is not the strongest in this, but it's an older game, so I figure we can try it. If it sucks, we'll turn that shit down to low and just leave everything else maxed, and then I bet everything will be fine. But who knows? It might be fine, just with everything maxed from the get-go. Well, let's stop blabbing. Let's go find out. Well, alright. Here's the settings we're gonna run. Basically just maxed it out. It says 1200p, but it's 1080p, otherwise it would look way more wonky. This game just has a knack for not giving the proper resolution. And I had to do this because it was one of those games that just would not work on the actual screen itself. Even turned, what do you call it on? Physics on high. Just to see what it does. If it sucks, we can always turn it off down to low, like we did on the Allies and other Windows stuff. But with that, let us jump on in. All right, here we go. Definitely seems to have little hiccups. None of those are that good. Let's see if I can stay above 60 while heading over to this place. Because the Allies had trouble with that. And I think we'll also try turning that down to low. You can't turn it off, unfortunately. It seems to be okay barely at 1080, but I have a feeling once we get to 1440, I don't think we'd be able to stay at 60 the whole time anymore. I could be wrong, we're still going to try. Nope, see, it can't. So I think it had something to do with physics. So even on low, we might not be good. So you know what? Let's go do an experiment live. That way we don't have to split it up into 47 different videos here. Let's go back to start, turn it down to low, and just see. Because that's the one spot I saw that had trouble, which told me this might be even harder to run spots than that. But since we can't turn it off, there might be no difference between high and low, and it might just do the same exact thing. So if it's going to do the same exact thing, well, you might as well just leave it on high, I always say. Alright. We made it back here, now let's. Oh, we have to restart. Well, I guess I'm making this cut anyway. Well, darn it. So, now we're going to try basically the same exact settings as before. But, we've turned down the physics down to low to see if it makes any difference between high and low. Since it's an NVIDIA thing, we might be kind of screwed and get stuck at 50 no matter what. Funny enough, that's exactly what happened with the, the Allies. But they were on low from the start. We never even tried high. So, let's go hop in, let's go see, shall we? Here we are in the game with low physics now. Alright, let's just get to getting.
load this one.
Bring it on!
Oh, you
I'm
bastards. I hate how accurate the archers are in this game. They're really annoying. Easy to deal with, but annoying at the same time. Alright, let's go try some 1440p now. So, now for 1440p, we're not even going to bother turning the physics up. We know that does not go well, so we'll just leave that on low, and we should be fine. So, with all that said, it is now game time once more. So now, here we go, 1440p. So far seems good as long as I can stay above 60 when we get closer to that thing. got stuck there. Ha. Alright, let's bring up all that's here. Got him. Don't always have to depend on the robot for everything. Not anymore. Alright, though. Color roll real quick just for fun. Alright, and with that, let's wrap on up.
Well, alright guys, that's our wrap for Tiny Tina's assault on Dragon's Keep, a Wonderland One-shot Adventure. And so far, it's a pretty fun little game from the just hanging around the beginning area here. It looks like it wants me to go into a cave, if you're wondering why I haven't just gone where it wants me to go. I didn't want to go in and be like, oh dude, we're in like 700 FPS. And then in actuality, we drop under 60 in spot, which did happen on the Allies. So if I would have gone down there on the Steam Deck, we probably wouldn't have known that. So I'm kind of glad I'm just running around outside killing things. And then you can compare all the different systems to the exact same play and actually compare. Half the time I just go through the game and have fun and see how it plays, how a normal person would play if they hit click play and then say yay or nay at the end. This one, perfectly playable as long as you've got an external monitor. I could not for the life of me I couldn't find it. I found the folder for the old Tiny Tina's Wonderland that we already did, but that does not help this one. Couldn't find this one anywhere in the Steam folder to go in and try and force it to even do, you know, the right GPU. So I just gave it no option and just plugged it into the USB-C and said, nope, you're using the 6800M whether you like it or not. So far, there's only ever been one game that even still doing this still somehow managed to use integrated. I thought that was physically impossible, but hey, it managed. But anyway, that is all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I sure as hell enjoy making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.